Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about LCX. It has been a while, but nonetheless, I hope that you are all out there having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. LCX has been a big winner of mine since going all the way back to 2021 initially. It was a great winner back in January of 2023, and I do believe that it is only going to continue to be a major winner in the portfolio. I said back in December, looks like LCX is targeting this year's highs. There has been so much FUD circulating around LCX this year, but I said it's going to be a huge winner. Keep a close eye out on LCX in 2024, especially with Davos. And yes, I actually made a video, and this goes back to October 26th. This thing got almost 6K views. Not a lot of views, but it was at 4 cents. It was at 4 cents. Guys, this was on October 26th. If we go back in time, here is October 26th on the chart. We practically called the exact bottom on this thing before it ran up tremendously. And I don't believe that this is going to be the stop, considering the fact that the fully diluted market cap of LCX is roughly almost $41 million. Guys, that is nothing. I mean, honestly, if we actually look at LCX, this thing could pull massive numbers. And I do believe that it will. The reason why is because they have been focused on compliance. They've been focused on utility. They've been building. They've been extremely vocal. And one of the biggest things to watch for right now is the weekly candle close. Guys, we are 24 hours away from the weekly candle close. Now, why is this significant? Why are we watching and waiting for this? Well, because like I said back over here on this tweet, talking about that, 2023 year's high, because again, this was December 31st. The 2023 highs are very crucial. Very, very crucial. Right now, we are breaking around the major candle closes. The candle bodies are the crucial thing to focus on here. Now, I already had this laid out in the past when we were back here. I was expecting this to kind of grind here, then get a nice run up to about roughly almost 15 cents, back test the trend line, and then continue. So far, we've kind of been playing into that. We've already back tested it, or at least almost back tested the trend line perfectly. But you can see the overall breakout here. The big thing that we were watching for was a break above this trend line, which we broke down below, which was bearish. We were waiting for a nice retest. We got that nice retest of almost like roughly 3.5 cents. It's pretty crazy price action considering it was like right around the 2022 lows, which is also why I said like this is a big opportunity for us. We got the nice impulsive move above the trend line. We held on to it. Candle body closes, crucial here. Got the impulse above my demand zone that we were looking at buying when we did have a major pullback in the past. Again, we ran right past it. Grinded against the trend line here. This goes all the way back to March 2022. Got the breakout above it. This allowed us to have that nice wick all the way up to about roughly 18 cents. We back tested it. I would love for us to maintain above this trend line. Losing this trend line again would be very bearish, and it will most likely have us retesting that demand zone down there at about roughly 7.5 cents, almost 9 cents. But I do believe that the next move here, if we can have a weekly candle close above 15 cents, 24 cents is next. Now, outside of this, a lot of the bearish FUD that was going around was that they were dumping tokens, the products were not that quality, and I do believe that a lot of this has kind of faded out. And again, did you ever notice how there's a lot of FUD and there's a lot of made up things around the bottom? Yeah, it usually happens every single time because that's retail. But it seems as though that the LCX team has been improving greatly on a lot of things. In fact, the exchange has increased drastically. The UI has increased drastically. A lot of this is improving. We can see the overall volume here on the exchange. And again, I want you guys to understand that this is still not that bad in terms of volume for an exchange like LCX. You got to remember, LCX itself only has right now $141 million in market cap. And if we actually go to the Ethereum contract, it only has 23,000 holders. So this is still a very undervalued gem and overlooked gem. So when we're looking at the exchange and we're seeing $500,000 in 24-hour volume for the Bitcoin Euro pair, almost $500,000 for the token Euro pair, and then almost another $500,000 for the Ethereum Euro pair, and then after that you have ICP and stuff like that that are sub $100,000, it's still very significant considering the fact that LCX is still a very overlooked gem. It's still very small, but I do believe that this could very well be a major player in this next cycle. You got to remember, a lot of these exchange tokens, and LCX technically has a lot more under its belt, but mainly we look at the exchange. A lot of these exchange tokens, they erupt in value during the bull run. But also remember, LCX is on almost every single major exchange, including of course Coinbase. Now, it still does have a possible Binance listing in it. There's a few other great exchange listings as well. You got to remember, Coinbase, this is the retail sector's home, the gateway, if you will. They're going to look at something like LCX, look at the market cap when everything's at $1 billion plus, and they're going to say, wow, I should buy LCX because it's cheap. They will do that. I've witnessed it in the past with, there's a few ones. I'm trying to remember the name of, I think it's like new coin or something like that. Back in 2021, the thing ripped, absolutely massive moves. A lot of these tokens will have that as well. But I don't think LCX needs hype. I don't think that it needs anything like that. There's been incredible moves made by the LCX team, including, of course, tokenized bonds, real world assets. This is a big deal. And they already have 4 tokenized bonds right now on the platform, which is very exciting stuff. And a lot more, by the way. There's a lot going on here. And even if you go over to the website, right, the official website, because this is the exchange where you have markets, trade, earn, stuff like that. On their website, you could see their products. The LCX Exchange, Mobile, Protocol, Oracle, Time-ins by LCX, MasterDex by LCX, and even the LCX token, which they do kind of give you a breakdown of the utility, which is very exciting. Now, also, I think it's in the About section. They have been planning on launching a blockchain-based bank, which we've kind of been waiting on for a while. Again, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be put in place behind that. You kind of see it on here, but if we scroll down, you can see how they want to be a bank right here. You can see Exchange, Terminal, Assets, Bank, Protocol, and Vault. And the bank has that star next to it because they're still looking forward to this. There's a lot that has to be put in place before you actually become a bank. And I think that a lot of it stems from regulations, compliance, things like that. But even Telcoin wants to be a blockchain bank. This is a big deal. If they can be the first regulated and compliance blockchain bank, that's going to solidify LCX's name in the space. And again, I do think that they could be one of the first ones out. They have been working with regulators for a while. And also, don't take my word for it. Here we actually have from Davos a full update on this with a progressive regulatory framework. LCX has 9 regulatory registrations, segregates funds, due diligence controls, and our crypto compliance suit. Excitedly, companies are coming to LCX to launch tokens in a compliant way. Check it out.
I also wanted to say something. So first of all, it's about crypto integrity. So doing the right thing when nobody's watching. In Liechtenstein, we do have a very progressive legal framework which helps us to do the right thing, which also protects our investors, whether it's segregation of funds, whether it's the regular due diligence controls we have, the crypto compliance suite we've built. So it gives a lot of security for our users. But then beyond that, there are many companies now leveraging our platform. They're coming to launch their own token, which is issued then under the Liechtenstein framework. And we have a very special new role. According to the Blockchain Act, there's one role called the physical validator. And that's enabling tokenization. It's kind of the bridge between physical and digital. And there, also, big shout out to the Liechtenstein visionaries who started working on the Blockchain Act to put something like this into a regulatory framework.
And again, these are the moves that you want to see being made by something like LCX, because again, there was a lot of hype back in 2020 and 2021. Some of the largest players that were exchange tokens were, for an example, like Crypto.com, Qcoin. There's a few other ones. BNB. BNB is one of the largest ones. We're going to talk about that here in a second. But they were nowhere near this type of level, right? Like when we look at LCX compliance regulations, they're front running the market right now, essentially. Because again, the full focus is on regulations, compliance. Who is actually taking out the time to comply, if you will? And LCX is doing it. Also, tokenization with timings. That's a big one. Check this video out.
And 2 years ago, we started out with a project to tokenize diamonds. It's called Timons at timons.com, and it was our showcase to just talk to the regulators and the government and explain how we would address tokenization. This now became a standalone project. It's now growing rapidly. And there we did one tokenization of diamonds. One diamond is one NFT. And what's very unique is that it's safeguarded and kept in a vault in Liechtenstein. So when you trade the NFT, so the ownership rights of the underlying asset, you actually don't move the diamond. It's still insured, safeguarded in this high security vault in Liechtenstein, but you can trade with it, and it brings in a lot of new benefits in the diamond industry with price transparency, tradability, accessibility to the market.
And again, outside of Timons, you still have the bonds, right? So LCX is not just an exchange. They are also focused on real world assets, which now is one of the largest trends around this space. But beyond that, they have a ton of other offerings. Decentralized exchange. Beyond that, they're also looking at becoming a blockchain bank. And there's so much happening here. I really do think that LCX, if they are successful in their approach, which I do believe that they will be, we really are going to be looking at it in the same way that we do look at Crypto.com or even possibly BNB. Now, I don't think that we're there yet in terms of BNB's level, which we could still look at it just for fun. If we look at Crypto.com, this is, you got to also remember tokenomics. Look at the tokenomics of both of these tokens. Here's BNB, here's Crypto.com, and here's LCX. So LCX has a total supply of 950 million versus Crow, which circulating 25.2 billion out of 30.2 billion, almost 30.3 billion. BNB has about 100 and almost 50 million tokens. So again, LCX does have lucrative tokenomics. It might not be as good as BNB in terms of having a very low supply, but it is still a very, very significant low supply versus Crypto.com and many other exchange tokens. Now, I bring this up because when we really look back in time, if we hit the market cap of Crypto.com, which was almost $8 billion, we're talking about 195x here. I'm very conservative in my approach. I think that, $2 on LCX is a huge moment. Now, I will be taking profits along the way, all the way to $1 to $2 to $3. But I will have a bag of LCX that I don't sell just in case something like this does happen. You don't want to hold your entire bag to this because, again, nothing in this space is a guarantee. You could definitely be left bag holding for years. You want to make sure that you are taking profits along the way, and you want to make sure that you are de-risking every step of the way that you possibly can. But this is something that could happen. But also BNB. Almost a 1000x. Could this actually happen? We're talking about $110.5 billion market cap here. there would have to be a lot of significant measures taken for LCX. First off, we would have to see a lot more volume on the exchange. You got to remember that Binance was and is still the #1 crypto exchange in the space. They erupted onto the scene during 2020, or I shouldn't even say 2020. It was like 2017, 2018, and just continued that all the way into 2020 and 2021. And that's why BNB did have the monstrous move that it did have. LCX, it's a little bit different in terms of the league that it's in. I still think that LCX is very early on, which is why I say, like, you know, anywhere between a $1 billion to $10 billion market cap, that's a great area of focus. I mean, initially we're looking at a 10x from here, which is $1.50. A 20x would be $3. That is very fair in terms of what I'm expecting for a lot of these tokens in this next run. I don't think that we get to BNB's level, and it's hard to say if we do get to Crow's level right now. If we look at the current price, this is something that I could see happening. A $2.2 billion market cap, almost $3, a 20x. But I wouldn't be surprised, I would not be surprised if we witnessed something like this hitting almost $8 billion in market cap. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And also, if you guys do want to go check out NordVPN, protect yourself every step of the damn way. You could have a cold storage wallet. You could have all that. You also have to make sure that you are protecting your identity and your IP online. Because again, these people are out here. They're trying to tap into your information every step of the way. You can never leave an area uncovered in terms of security within crypto and even your digital life. Go check out NordVPN. They offer a ton of benefits. And you could also pay with crypto, which is a game changer versus other VPN services out there right now, depending on, of course, your tax country. $101.51 for a 2-year plan. Guys, this is a limited time only. Utilize my link down in the description below, as well as in the comments below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.